Well, this is us live. There's a photograph of me with two of the greatest bandits of all time. This is when it gets scary when I do this because I'm right here in the middle. And there you go. However, I'm going to introduce my guests this evening. Very, very warm welcome to the one and only George Dodds. Hi,
Good
George.
evening.
How's it going?
How are we? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Not bad at all. And thank you so much for all the information you've been sending to me. One half of the Shouty Brothers, the other half we hope might join us shortly. Marty, have you enjoyed your holiday in Spain?
Absolutely, first class, isn't it?
Good,
First
good.
class.
And you've been following the bandits from afar, from 3,000 miles away, and they've been not been doing too badly.
Yes, they've been doing rather well. A little bit of misfortune, but these things happen in Speedway.
Yep, yep. And the one and only Bartosz.
Hello there.
Hello, hi Greg. I believe you've got a guest booking tomorrow night. Then it's somewhere you've been before with the Mildenhall boys. They must like you.
Yeah, down to Bellevue tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Great track to ride, and I have to say the Mildenhall boys are a good bunch of lads. So looking forward to getting stuck in there.
Well, everybody's asked me I'm sure you get the same. How are you doing? And you lie to them because the Berwick Bandits have lost. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, and we got the draw against Poole, and things are really starting to pick up. And I would just wonder, can we have a little bit of word about this guy? Because I know he's away at something like is it Ipswich tonight? But and I've even got it from a different angle. Let's see if I can get this one to show.
Oh,
Look. I mean, come on. How good has Jonas been this year? I mean, he's no wonder Bellevue wanted him to ride for them tonight.
Well, this is the thing. Last night, Super and goes ballistic. Oxford are atrocious.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
here he is.
Here he is, the main man.
Yeah.
Good evening.
What's up? Sorry?
Saying good evening.
Good evening. Thanks.
Let me pop you up there in the top corner, and I'll swap. Well, actually, no, that's fine. I'll swap me and George around. Jonas, many thanks for joining us. I had great fun with the guys in the chat this afternoon, telling them guess who I've got as the main guest tonight.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, it's absolutely
Uh,
brilliant. Right, I'm going to kick off with the most stupid question of this year, and then I'm sure that the rest of the guys are going to lay into you with all their sensible questions. But I'm going to kick off with the most stupid question this year. How's it going for you at Berwick Bandits?
oh, it's a pleasure to be here. It's the best team I've ever been on with, like team atmosphere and stuff like this. It's very good. It's of course tough to race over here. It's difficult tracks. But I'm getting used to it, and I'll see if I can score some more points in Berwick next time.
Well, I'm just a bit puzzled because I remember a certain Leon Flint, who rides number 5, telling us that Berwick's a great team to ride for. The only problem is the team manager, who's a complete pain in the arse. Is that what you found?
Nah, it's
No.
all good. I like the guys, so it's good.
Guys, I'm going to let Greg have a first shot at this because I can tell he's itching. Greg,
Yeah, Jonas, I watched the BSN coverage last night, and I was there are no words for it. How well you rode at Oxford, and I believe that's the first time you've ever seen the place
Yeah.
that day. So you've never actually seen anyone ride the track before?
Nah, I saw some videos on the BSN app just the day before, and I arrived at 10 o'clock. Me and Nathan had a walk around the track, but it was pretty slick at that moment, so it was difficult for the first heat.
And when you it didn't look difficult for you, it was tremendous. The track, the question I've got for you: did you find it similar to any kind of tracks you have in Denmark?
Maybe one we have up in north called Brost, but you still have to turn a bit more in Oxford. But that was pretty. I think that's the nearest one.
And that maybe would have helped you with the evening. You know what's going on, because the tracks in Denmark, they're quite a variety you've got. Do you have, is it like the Britain with the big tracks and then the little tracks? Is it, or are they all pretty much the same?
No, I don't think there's so much difference to it. Of course, I'm used to riding in Denmark, so I know the tracks around there. So, but I think you need to turn a bit more over here on some of the tracks. So, but it's good. It's a good way for me to learn how to ride.
Exactly, because it's the back, like, back in the old days. I think it's more recently. It's, well, only Smarslick and I can't even remember his name now. Who won the World Championship last year?
Laguta.
I forgot. Laguta. They're the only two guys that haven't ridden in the British League, I believe. But I think you need to get into riding in the UK. I think it does help you, especially with good. You get some good contacts over here. There's plenty of lads around. Especially at Berwick. I've been brought up around Berwick Speedway, and you've got a lot of knowledge there, and you'll have already yourself made some good friends here in the short space of time you've been here.
Yeah, it's good. The guys, like I said, they're very good. The teammates, they are all right there next to you. Even if you score 0 or 3 points, it doesn't matter for them. They will support you all the way. And like I said, I've never been on a team with this much atmosphere before, and I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, watching the BSN last night, every race that was finished, didn't matter who won or what position anybody came in, there was management, and then there was the riders were all out speaking to the riders, whether it was just well done for winning that, or forget about it, you'll go out in your next one and you'll do it. So no, but I mean, I've been in with it at Berwick myself, and it is a fantastic place to be. It really is. And it's a shame that it's taken so long for us to get this first win. I would say that you're probably a massive help towards that, and looking at it, you're going to be a good help all the way through the season now.
I think it's all teamwork, because they make me enjoy racing as well, and I'll race better if I enjoy racing and enjoy my time here. And also, it's a lot of team riding, and I think that will help everyone in the end, So I like it. And Bomber, of course, he's a very good guy. He's always there for you.
Exactly.
Marty, I'm sure you've got questions, and George, I'm sure you've got questions to ask. You're desperate to get in there.
I was just going to ask.
Go on, Marty.
I was just going to ask about last night, and from what I can gather, I think track conditions possibly caught out the home team more than it did Berwick, and possibly played more into Berwick's hands.
Yeah, I think maybe they put a bit too much water on for the first couple of heats, but it was just making the gates, and we had a pretty good racing after that. I didn't feel like it was too grippy, but there was something there, and the Berwick boys love it.
Superb.
Keep it nice and wet, boys. Keep it.
Yeah, hi, Jervis. Yeah. You work quite closely with Hans Nielsen back in Denmark, don't you? Did he give you any insights on how to ride Oxford?
Not really. We spoke on the day, but back when he rode, it was a bit tighter. I've heard so, but he just said like go out and have fun and full gas. That's the way to do it, and learn all the tracks.
Full gas, it's always the way, isn't it? It's always the best advice. Full gas and keep it going.
So it's good.
And sorry, Jonas, I was kidding with the lads earlier, saying that of course you were riding for Bellevue, but for some bizarre reason, although you were due to guest in place of Jai, that booking never came to fruition. George, would you like to carry on the story from there and ask Jonas about this?
I think it's all down to visas, isn't it? And what used to be a very simple thing when we were part of Europe has now become a bit of a minefield. I think my understanding is that the visa you're on at the moment means it's Berwick only at the moment. Is that right? Or is it just a problem for somebody else? You just ride where they say?
No, it was yesterday when they rang. Everything was fine, and then we stayed in Oxford, me and Tony, to clean the bikes this morning, and then the visa wouldn't let me ride in the first league, but I don't know really so much about it because I haven't done the visa. The club sorted this for me, so the visa should be here in one or 2 weeks' time, and everything should be fine after that. It's of course a bit annoying, but it is what it is.
Right. Okay. So it's basically Brexit then.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
I think the war in Ukraine has something to do with it as well. There's quite a backlog in visas going through. So it's a shame because obviously Ipswich would have been another interesting place for you to go to.
Yeah, everyone said it was pretty similar to Oxford. So if it was like that, I would probably like riding there today, but. We'll see. Maybe the chance come another time.
I have a feeling you might get more than the odd opportunity.
Yes, I think
between now and the end of the season.
I mean, Jonas apart, does anybody think there's a better number 6 or 7 in the championship at the moment than Jonas? I'm struggling to think of anybody.
For the short time that you've been riding, I would say that the way you're picking things up as well, especially just to show at Oxford last night, for that to be on the, for it to be showcased on the BSN as well, it probably was a really good advert for you, putting yourself out there. And, I've spoke to you briefly at Berwick. I've not made it down recently. You're quite an easygoing guy. Usually Danes are quite weird, but you seem to be quite a good guy.
Klaus Christensen apart.
But yeah, it's good. I mean, my big question I've got for you is, could you see yourself back here next year at Berwick?
Yeah, I already said it to Gary. I'm staying for 1 more year. It's the best time of my life here already, like racing. So I'm staying 100%.
Well, that'll put a big smile on everybody's face. I mean, who knows if
yeah.
you're allowed to say that or not? But, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's something that we want to hear because it's been. I don't think we've had. I would say it's just been a strange one at the start of the season. We got a big buzz because we were getting Chris Harris at Berwick, and that was a buzz. And Chris Harris has done what Chris Harris was supposed to do. He's went out there. He's not just been scoring the big points. He's been entertaining the fans. I think the other good thing that we've had coming through is Leon's progress from when he's first joined the Bandits to now been riding at number 5, and not just there for a numbers game. He's doing well and holding his own at number 5, and now to have yourself coming in, you're a very exciting and talented rider. So for us to have you in at Berwick now, I think it's looking good for the future.
Yeah, most definitely. Like they're good to give advices, and also Leon, when we ride in Berwick, he knows the track in and out. So
yeah,
I'm picking everything up I can, and hopefully I can make some more points next time in Berwick.
Well,
I'm just
talking of which, Friday and Saturday. go for it,
I was just going to say, Paul.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, are we looking at the Bandits 2023 reserve pairing on the chart tonight?
Sorry?
I'd be very surprised if Jonas ended up in the. I'd be very surprised if Jonas's ending average this year would have him down as reserve next year.
I'm going to say, yeah. Are you like me and Greg or me and George being the reserve pairing? Because there's this is going to be a reserve.
Greg and
Be very surprised if Greg's still on the bullets after his recent performances. It's been hellish. I've been struggling.
Now
when I saw you were quick.
Yeah.
You'd want it Leicester or Kent. It wasn't a good day, that. But we did find out we had some bike problems that we didn't figure out until the end of both meetings. And it does get to a thing where sometimes you do changes on the bike and you think, well, it must just be me. Maybe it's just me that's not doing the job. And then when you get back to the workshop and you strip it back a little bit more and you find out, it wasn't my fault, it was this. So yeah. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night at Bellevue. It's going to be, I need to get the finger out my arse or I am going backwards.
Well, big fast track, full gas.
Have you beat full gas? Have you ridden round the Bellevue circuit yet?
I was over here. I had my season on 250s in 2017, and then got very good friends with Leon and Gary on back then, and they took me over in 2018, and I had a practice in Bellevue. So that was in the 250. No, on 500.
My
first year on 500.
And what did you think of it? It's fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Good track. Like
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And when's your next SGP2 meeting?
I think it's
Hi,
between
Karen.
12
Hi,
and 4.
Karen.
Saying hello.
Hi.
When is it? Sorry.
12th or 14th of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So there's definitely going to be a reason to stay on the Sunday to come and watch you riding around Cardiff. That's going to be. I'll just keep myself topped up from the night before on the booze.
Potential for Leon to get a wild card for that.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 And how does the wild card work for SGP2? Is that through an under 21, the British under 21s? Is that how that works?
I think it's a nomination. I'm not entirely sure there's a qualification. I think it is just a nomination.
Yeah, I think I don't know what they do. I just think they pick because in the first round in Prague was a Germany rider, so for the wild card, when you think it should be a Czech Republic rider.
So maybe you might be a little bit out the age bracket, son.
But to get into to under 21s.
You might be struggling.
What if I say I identify as a 19-year-old?
Oh,
Could try that.
Need to get the headband back on then.
Aye, headband back on. And how many meetings have you had in the SGB2 so far?
Only one, and we have
Only the
two
one.
left. Yeah.
All right, so it's just kind of, it'll be like a smaller, it'll just be a smaller scale this year, and it'll be going a lot bigger next year, I would say.
Probably, I don't know what they're doing with it, but they're doing a good job with making it bigger, I think.
Yeah.
It's very exciting to ride in. Like, you get the feeling of being in the real SGP riding this, because it's all the same, just not with as many spectators.
Yeah, but I'm sure, I don't know why, because it's the same as watching the National League meetings. It's just the same thing. A lot of people, it's the snobbery, people don't want to watch younger lads racing because it's not big names. They don't think it's as entertaining. Whereas, in fact, you can get a terrible Grand Prix. I mean, say you could get a terrible SGB2, but I would say the racing will just be as good. So I would I'm definitely going to be going on the Sunday to watch it if I can get out of bed. Who knows where the night might take me.
Yeah, 100%. It was also good racing in Prague. Of course, the track was a bit difficult when we raced there. They had a lot of heavy rain just before the meeting started, so many crashes, but
it's all entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got the Speedway of Nations 2 in Denmark as well. You're aiming for that as well.
Yes, of course.
Switch to variants now, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's my home track back home in Denmark. So I hope they pick me, but there's many good young riders in Denmark at the moment, so you'll never know. I just hope, pray, do some good results and.
Yeah.
Being a bandit will get you very far. Don't worry about that. Yeah, you'll be. The thing about Berwick is that the fans are some of the most passionate you'll find, and the unique thing about Berwick is, of course, the fans come from both sides of the border. We're from England and we're from Scotland, aren't we, lads?
Indeed, we are.
It makes for a very strange situation. But I really wanted to ask Jonas about obviously the meeting that you had at Redcar, what you thought of Redcar, and the fact that they're the opponents on Saturday. Obviously, we've got one in between with Glasgow, but I really wanted to find out what. And I know, Marty, you've got a certain train of thought when it comes to Saturday. But Jonas, first of all, your thoughts on that meeting at Redcar last week?
Oh yeah, it was good. Track is like an easy track to ride, so everyone can go faster. So you really need to make good gates to make it easy for yourself.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was going good after my heat 2-3. I felt a bit better, to ride the track better and get some more speed out of it. I think we'll have a good chance on Saturday to beat them, because we were there in the start, but unfortunately we dropped some points, and I'm sure we're a bit unlucky with bike problems as well. So I'm sure we'll beat them. We'll give them a go. Try to beat them this time.
Yeah, Marty, your thoughts on the scoreline on Saturday?
Well, I need to be careful how I word this.
Go for it, because you're a commentator. You're one of the shouty brothers, and you and James. This is after 9 o'clock. You can tell us exactly what you think.
Aye, fuck it, Marty. Say what you think. Fuck it.
There seems to be a certain arrogance from the Redcar that the tie is finished. They simply have to turn up at Berwick and they'll win. Not only on the night, but also on aggregate. And I think it's a bit disrespectful to the Berwick team, certainly now more than ever, because there's still 15 heats to go, and anything can happen in Speedway. And if Berwick start off with 3 heat advantages, or big 5-1s, Paul, as we like to say, it's game on. It's game on. But red cars seem to think it's just a formality, and I think that's a bit unfair on Berwick.
I think you're right, Marty. I mean, looking at last night, it was great to see. Just I mentioned is Theo Piper has really gotten all the problems sorted that he had. He had a few bike issues that he had told me about, and changing them, and then went on to something else, and then that didn't work. And it seemed apparent that last night everything that has been changed has worked well. Chris Harris is going to do what Chris Harris does. I don't know. Do you know if we're running rider replacement for Jai, or if we've got a guest in?
George is your man.
Yeah, I think the thing is Jai's definitely out on Friday at Glasgow. He's going to test it on Saturday morning. If he's not fit, obviously it's a hand problem, so it's a grip problem. If he's not fit, then Aaron will guest for him, and they'll switch the rider replacement to Leon at 3 to give more people the opportunity. Obviously, if he rides, then Aaron guests for Leon at 5. I think that's the plan at the moment.
So there could be 7 rides coming your way on Saturday night again, then?
No, we'll never know. I need to score more points than last time then. So...
Was there an issue? I never made the meeting on Saturday because I was travelling down to Kent during the afternoon. I'd never seen your performance. I mean, can you talk us through Saturday night? What in your points and what you scored? And
yeah, I scored 4+1 on 4 heats. I think I got up from a good start. It's different from riding when I had the practice when I was by myself, and then 4 riders said it gets a bit more narrow. But second heat, I just I don't know what happened really in my second heat. I think I wasn't there. I was just riding like a chicken pretty much in that heat. And then my third heat, I was from gate 4, made the gate, came around, and then unfortunately it got a bit tight between me and Stevie, and then Leon in the middle, and he fell off, and I didn't have the best of this gate in my rerun and lost that heat, and then that 2+1 in my last heat with the Ricky. So it was good. It was good to end good, and after 2-0. So
yeah, I mean it's not the worst.
I think the track was very fast on Saturday, but not necessarily at its grippiest.
Yeah, in the first 7 heats, it was a bit tricky, I think. But after heat 7, it got very smooth. Inside was a bit more slick, so you can run up in the dirt. The dirt was pretty heavy in the first couple of heats, and you see who's got the biggest to ride up there.
Greg,
I think
I'm looking at you, Greg.
You're looking at you, Greg.
I do like it out there on that fence.
I'll be honest. Stephen Bomber went wide, even by his standards. It was going wide on Saturday. He was halfway up the fence at times.
Yeah, never seen a pass like he did. What was it in his heat 4-3? I don't know.
Yeah, he was basically round the back of Simpson's Malt. I think he was that wide.
I'm going to say, George, you remember Carlos Villa riding the boards?
Yes. Yes, I suppose it was interesting stuff. I think
who was he trying to pass, Paul? Can you remember?
What's that?
Who was he trying to pass when he went round the boards?
That's a good bloody question.
What is
Jonas, this is you wouldn't have been born when this happened. This is Carlos Villa. This is a long time ago.
This is 2000.
Oh, I thought
2003. Yeah. Who was he trying to pass?
Can I take a guess? Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Phil Morris.
Right team, wrong rider.
Oh, no way. That is a total...
It was Reading. It was Reading.
I think if it had been Phil Morris, he'd have ended up in the boards.
Charlie Getty.
No.
Ah, bollocks that I can't remember.
It wasn't Paul Clues. It wasn't Paul Clues.
No.
No.
He didn't ride very many meetings for Reading that year, but he went on to be a Grand Prix rider.
Oh, Janusz Kolodzi.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Jonas, the thing is,
I think we've lost Jonas there.
Marty's Speedway knowledge of Berwick, especially, is ridiculous. Your name will be brought up in a quiz in about 20 years' time. and Marty will get it right. Who was the young Dane that signed for Berwick in the 2022 season? Then went on to become world champion. Oh, that's
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
See, I don't really know anything about Speedway. I just ride it.
Yeah, brilliant. And Jonas, you've got a younger brother.
Yeah.
Who also did he also have a shot at Berwick?
No.
No,
not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
And your family, obviously, how is it with sort of traveling between here and Denmark?
It's fine. I just go to the airplane and fly over here.
Yeah.
And
excellent.
We ride together on same team in Denmark and Poland as well. So
right,
if it's any problem, we just go together.
Yeah. So really, I don't want to keep you too much longer because some of these chats can go on a while, and I'm sure this one could. But hold on a sec. We've got some comments there. I just wanted to get the opinions of. I've got some interesting questions, so I will pop them up in a minute. I just wanted to get your apart from Jonas opinions on what your heart and your head says will be the score on Saturday against Redcar. We'll go clockwise, starting Marty. What does your heart say? What does your head say?
My heart says Berwick by 13. That's the logical answer.
Okay.
Minimal. My head.
They've been so lucky over the last at least 3 or 4 meetings at Berwick, haven't they?
Maybe Berwick by 16. Stick my neck above the parapet and say a bigger win.
Well, I'm with you. My heart says 51-31 golden heats, but my sensible head says I think it could be all over by about heat 12-13. You know, by the time we've got the two, heat 13 and 15 coming up with Chris Harris, I think that could be it all game over. But I'm sure that Ryan and Jade and Gavin and Louis have other ideas. But Greg, give us your shot.
I don't know. Fuck, I have no idea. Let's just say that Speedway will be the winner on the night, and it'll be a fantastic meeting. And at the end of the day, I know there's, it does feel like we're coming up to a big meeting. It's almost like this is a final that we're going into. It's going to be a big meeting. The other good side of it, and the reason that I say that Speedway is going to be the winner, is that the fact that, like I've said on this before, Redcar will take a lot of fans with them.
Yes.
So that back straight is going to be filled with Redcar fans. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good night. I wish I was racing in it because I think the atmosphere will be fantastic. I'll be in the crowds watching because I'm going with the girlfriend, and there's no way I'm going to be allowed to nip off to the pits. But I might nip off to the pits for 5 minutes. I'll just try and go in for 5 minutes. But
and a track walk with the dirtometer, but you're going to
Yes,
stay at the first and second bend so that you're well away from that idiot at the third bend with the Cloud shirt.
exactly. And if we get a chance, I'll probably grab a couple of riders for an interview. Jonas, I'll probably grab you and get an interview off you beforehand. I'll wear the headband for you so you'll know when I'm coming.
Right then, George, go for it.
It's going to be decided by the second strings and the reserves. I think it's going to come down to Jason Edwards slightly off the boil at the moment. Need that to work. One of the things about the Cup is, of course, there's no tactical substitution. So if you get on a roll, there isn't the way to throw in Charles Wright, Eric Riss, Louis Kerr to actually stop momentum. So Berwick need to do what they did at Oxford, get the first 3 or 4 heats, pile the points on, put the pressure on, and then see where we go from there. It's a long time since we hit 60 at home, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't
George,
need 60, we only need 52.
Might as well have a little bit of leeway there as well.
Yeah.
Berwick Rangers at home tomorrow.
On Saturday.
Not tomorrow, Saturday.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think so, because they've had a run of pre-seasons. I'm not quite sure.
All right.
I must admit, it looked like Razor had watered Oxford last night.
Yeah. I think he probably did.
I did see that.
He was there.
There's some questions as well for you, Jonas, from Taz McD, the photographer. She's asking, will your brother come and race for Berwick as well?
We will never know. I'll probably bring him over for practice this year and see what he says and what everyone else says. But guess time will tell.
Is he better than you, or are you better than him?
He's very good. He's very good.
No comment. We've got looking at the updates tonight. Charles Wright missing for Bellevue. Granted, Redcar would have 9 points to replace Charles.
That rules out Edinburgh and Leicester because they're racing Saturday night.
Yeah.
Marty,
don't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah, Marty and George, you remember that Stars of Tomorrow where Charles Wright won the meeting? It was organised by Peter Waite, and Charles Wright was only 16 at the time. I thought he was a fantastic rider. Then I've always liked watching him ride. If he's missing for Redcar, that's a big blow. Because I mean, even Jade Mudray in the live chat said that if there's one rider he would recommend to Berwick, and we could swap Leon Flint to them, it was Charles Wright. That would be huge if they can't.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have 9 to replace him, but he's worth more than 9 around Berwick most.
Yeah.
Nights.
Yeah.
Certainly. Have you got any other questions up there, Paul? Have you?
Yes, I do. How did you guess? You've got it on your phone. What you want to do is when you're doing the live chat, watch on one machine and have the live chat on the other, because the actual chat questions. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Remember a certain Michael Blitz when he signed for Berwick mid-season? What a revelation he was, and Jonas has nothing short of a similar impact. Tremendous signing and hands off Glasgow. That's right. I mean, Jonas, do you think you'll have people coming at you at the winter? Other clubs, especially someone like Glasgow, who have got money to throw about?
I don't know, but for me to go over to England. It's not about the money. It's about experience and having fun and enjoying my racing. And I feel like I have it all here in Berwick. So
that's really refreshing to hear that as well, because there's far too many people are look for the money instead of the actual, take the money quickly instead of like taking it as an investment, riding at Berwick.
Exactly, yeah.
It's an investment because, like you said earlier on, if you're surrounded by good people and you're happy, you're going to be happy on the bike. and the other side of the coin there is if you were to go somewhere where, say, you were getting a little bit more money per meeting, there's going to be an added pressure on you to do well.
Exactly.
And that doesn't often help out. It can affect riders worse. You know, you've been given this money and people are saying, well, we paid you to do this and you're not performing. Your head drops. Next thing you know, you're useless. So
exactly.
What you're saying, it's very refreshing to hear that.
And who's to say Glasgow will be in the championship next year?
I think they will be, won't they? I don't think they'll. Can they move up? It's going to be too much. Is it not too much of a distance?
They could always drop down to the National League.
I don't think they would do that, would they? Have you heard their new song?
Save a bit. Yes. Yeah.
I actually wrote a song myself for the Bullets. Would you just like to hear it?
Well, some of us have heard it.
Hang on, I'll let you hear this if I can find it.
And of course, Jonas, tomorrow night you'll be racing one of your good friends at Glasgow.
Yep,
Benjamin.
Yeah. No, I have known him from the young days. I think we started on the 50s when we were like 6-7 years old together. So I've always raced with him, and it's one of my best mates. And we just got closer when I started racing over here, and we fly sometimes together. And you will not see anyone open the doors for each other with me and Benjamin in the races tomorrow. We'll go for it because we want to win over each other. So
yeah, that'll be an interesting battle.
Oh, you've had someone. Yeah, there you go.
A question there, Greg.
Yeah, hi, our new Dairy Star Jonas. I ordered a T-shirt today. One of your T-shirts today. Will you sign it for me at Berwick?
Of course. Always got time for the fans.
And would you sign one of my T-shirts?
Anytime. No problem.
Lovely stuff. Just to make people aware, I do have my own T-shirts and hoodies for sale, not just Jonas.
Well, you should have told me earlier, and I would have put the link up.
Here's the song. I'll let you hear this.
Go on, Greg.
Hang on, I'll make sure it's on loud.
Bullets, the second Berwick team. But if you take a look into the pitch, you'll see we're living the dream. Flinty is the manager, he never gets it wrong. All the referees hate him cause he's never off the phone. Uncle Kev's our coach, his words are true and fair. He knows a decent setup and how to get the ladies' legs in the air. So come and cheer on the Bullets, the league title's in sight. And then join us afterwards for a well-deserved pint. Hey!
There you go. Absolute lyrical genius.
Awesome.
You're wasted on a Speedway bike today.
I'll have to make a jingle for this show, won't I?
Yeah.
Come on then. So what was our predictions for tomorrow? Oh, for tomorrow, yes. Tomorrow against Glasgow. Yeah.
Ooh.
I would think that Berwick's going to go there, and I think Glasgow are going to take it as an easy meeting. I think they're going to think this is going to be points in the bag, no problem at all. But I think Berwick should not be underestimated. I'll be honest, I don't think that Berwick are going to win, but I think they're going to keep Glasgow honest throughout. But I just think, yeah, and I think joint top scorers are going to be Chris Harris and Jonas, both getting
13 and 1.
11 plus 1, paid 12 for each of them. You've ridden Glasgow, Jonas, haven't you?
No, never.
No.
You've not, but you've been there, haven't you?
Yeah.
For a look.
When I came over for practice, I went back with Benjamin to watch one of his meetings to, get the feeling of how everything is with racing over here in England and Scotland.
It's a fantastic track, and it's just like a big bowl. It is. You're just constantly building up your speed, and I think just watching the way you ride a bike, I think it'll suit you down to the ground. Your style, I think you'll love it.
Yeah, of course. It's I'm starting to get the hang of right. I can't even say it now. Riding a new track every time.
Yeah,
'Cause everywhere I go, it's new.
Yeah,
So
just full gas.
yeah, and shut off when it's the last lap. Finishing flag.
Aye, keep it going over the finishing flag. I get told that Jamie Courtney's going to punch me one day because I keep shutting off before the checkered flag, and he always has a go at me because one day I am going to get overtaken on the line. It's because I'm fucked. I'm 32-year-old. Well, I'm not 32 yet. I'm 31. I'm 32. No, I'm 31. I'm not that old yet.
The Guinness and the kebabs no helping.
I didn't do the kebabs as much, but I still have plenty Guinness.
It's
There's nothing wrong with that.
The main problem is the wife, is the child and 6 wives to support. That's the main problem, Greg.
Yeah. It's the FAF engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we're going to have to let Jonas go, and it's getting very dark over there in whatever part of Berwick you are, Jonas. Thank you, Screviston. Thank you so much for joining us, George. Absolutely wonderful. And please, I wouldn't want you to think that my messages to you was somehow, come on, get more information out. But all of a sudden, there seems to be a whole splurge of information, which is absolutely fantastic. I just love scanning the internet for information about how the boys are doing. Marty, I know you're looking forward to having a shout out with a shout off with James on Saturday. It should be a humdinger, and I suspect, Greg, you're with me, that the swear box might be full at the end of the night.
Yeah, I mean, especially if I jump onto comms as well, it could be if I come on for like a little at the interval for a little chat.
I think if we pull this off, you'll hear me in Spittle. Never mind the other end of the stadium.
We'll go well tomorrow night, Jonas, and I'll be keeping an eye on the updates in between races because I'm quite sad at that. I do often, after a ride, I'll come in and check the updates on my phone to see how the Berwick boys are doing if I'm riding at the same time as them. So all the best there, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Thanks. Looking forward to see you guys.
Yeah, cheers. No worries. We'll see you then.
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
Cheers.